Good morning. I ask you to please take your seats. Welcome to our State of the Schools address. My name is Wendy Falb, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the Grand Rapids Board of Education. At this time, I'll ask you to all rise and join the Ottawa Hills JROTC in the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Ottawa Hills JROTC. The United States is the only country whose public schools are governed by local elected bodies. In recent years, this model has come into question. But as we know, other forms of governance have their own limitations and have not necessarily outperformed elected bodies. And here's the deal with democracy. You get what you ask for. In Grand Rapids, you must be proud because you asked for a substantive, hardworking, intelligent Board of Education, and you got it. Join me in recognizing my colleagues on the Board of Education. Would you please rise? Ms. Maureen Quinn Slade. She is serving as our Vice President. Mr. John O'Connor, serving as our Treasurer. Mr. Raynard Ross, serving as our Secretary. Dr. Tony Baker, our former Vice President and serving as Chair of the Education Achievement Committee. Mrs. Sunita Lanier, our former Board President. Dr. Monica Randalls. Mr. David LeGrand, and Pastor Nathaniel Moody. Thank you. I would also like to recognize other elected officials here with us today. We have the Honorable Mayor George Hartwell. We have the Honorable Mayor Richard Clanton. Senator David Hildebrand. Representative Winnie Brinks. We have Jordan Bush from Congressman Amasch's office. We have Lupe Ramos Montani, our first Latina elected to a statewide office. I would also like to acknowledge former school board member Dr. Patricia Pullman. And former Superintendent Burt Blakey. I also see Mr. Helder here, and the board would like to acknowledge the union president and all the other union presidents and their leadership and support of this district. Thank you all for coming and for your service to this community. In just over a year's time, we have come a long way, and the one central uniting force is none other than Theresa Neal. Theresa has deep roots in this community. She has been with GRPS literally since she was 4 years old. She attended GRPS schools. She graduated from Creston High School, became a student worker in high school, and upon graduation got a job as secretary and worked her way up through various jobs, including Assistant Superintendent of Community and Student Affairs, until our board asked her to serve as the interim superintendent. We were confident that she would keep the ship steady, but upon appointment, she almost immediately exceeded our expectations. Last July, we voted unanimously to appoint her as our superintendent for the next 4 years. They say a pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change, while a leader adjusts the sails. Theresa has adjusted our sails, and we are moving forward. You can feel the momentum, you can feel the energy and the new hope and excitement. She is a true leader, and that her vision is formed from listening to the board, to staff, to the teachers, to the community, and to the children themselves. She's a true leader in that she empowers people around her. She's the right person at the right time, doing remarkable things to move this district forward with the support of this Board of Education and this community. I introduce to you Ms. Theresa Neal.
Good morning. Good morning. It's hard to believe this is already my second annual State of the Schools address. It is truly an honor and a privilege to stand before you today, not as the interim superintendent, but as the official superintendent of the best district, the Grand Rapids Public Schools. Truly an honor. And I can't do this alone. Dr. Falb introduced the board, the 9 members, but I would like to ask them to all stand up, all 9, because I do work so closely with them. More than you know, practically every Monday, 2 or 3 times a week, we are talking to each other to make things happen in this district. Dr. Wendy Falb, President, Maureen Slade, Vice President, John O'Connor, Treasurer, Raynard Ross, Secretary, Dr. Tony Baker, David LeGrand, Sanita Lanier, Reverend Nathaniel Moody, I saw Reverend Moody today, and Dr. Randalls. Truly, you in this community, you need to know these 9 people, they get in the room and they do have your children, this community, at the heart of every decision they make. Please join me and give them applause. You know, when we step out as one, you don't realize the passion, the commitment, the energy, the time, the push and pull that they do behind closed doors. But I want you to know it couldn't happen without these people having the courage to support me in some of the crazy decisions. They stepped out on a limb with me, and so I thank you. There's another group of folks that I really want to introduce to you, and they would not want me to do this, but it's the 13 members of my cabinet. Although I am the face that you see, there's a team behind me. Larry Johnson, he's probably around here somewhere. Larry Johnson, Mary Jo Coleman, stand up you guys, Carolyn Evans, Sharon Pitts, Mickey Savage, Julie Davis, Ron Gorman, Maida Gunnell, Brian Gam, Teresita Long, Ken Clomparents, Mel Atkins, and John Hemholt is around here somewhere. Kurt Johnson, stand up, please. You guys, every Thursday, 4 or 5 hours, we talk about how can we change this district? What is it going to take? And our central question is always, what do you want for your own children? My grandson goes to Coit, and everybody knows CJ is your measure, right? Whatever I want for CJ, I want for all 17,000. So every decision, that's right. So we spend a lot of time talking behind closed doors, but it comes down to one thing. What would you want for your own? I thank you, all of you. They are doing the heavy lifting, along with our dedicated group of employees, our teachers, our principals, and our support staff. And I truly, as a superintendent, appreciate these people because, one, I've never taught. I've always had an appreciation, though, for a teacher. It's amazing what a principal can make happen. These are the folks that are doing the heavy lifting behind closed doors. You trust your children with them. Say thank you. All right? Say thank you. It has been 14 months, a long 14 months. We've done a lot, you guys. I recently just completed my performance evaluation, and it was amazing of how much work we really did do in the past 14 months. When you're in the trenches, you don't realize it. You don't realize that you're pushing 6, 7 days a week, 15, 16 hours. And it's not just those of us at Franklin campus. It's your principals, you guys. It's the teachers. There are people that are working well above what they're paid to do. And so I just want to say this year has been a journey for all of us. Our very own Bobby Jo Kenyon, a teacher here, right here at Ottawa Hills High School. She was named 2012-13 Michigan Teacher of the Year. Amazing. The White House Office of Faith-Based and Community Initiatives touted the city of Grand Rapids and the Grand Rapids Public Schools as a model for public-private partnerships. Amazing. That's all the way from DC, you guys. The Mackinac Center released the first of its kind study ranking City, Creston, Ottawa Hills, and Central among the top 10 schools in Kent County. Amazing. 3 of our high schools, Creston City Union, ranked among the top in the county for the greatest ACT composite gains. We're doing it, you guys. We are doing it. Parent and Child magazine ranked Zoo School among the top 25 coolest schools in America. Not Grand Rapids, America. Again, we're doing it. U.S. News and World Report ranked City Middle High School among the top 300 schools in America. Be proud. Our academic games once again took the state and national award. He's probably going to get me on this one, but our own Mr. Larry Johnson, Assistant Superintendent and Executive Director of Public Safety and School Security, was named the National Association of School Safety and Law Enforcement Officers, the National. Just recently, MLive conducted an investigation on the implementation of school safety. GRPS was touted as the model for a near-perfect execution. Again, congratulations to Larry and his team. We launched We Are GR, a first of its kind with the city of Grand Rapids to increase communication. Not only did we increase communication, we saved taxpayers money. 85,000 homes we send that to. Amazing. We broke ground and opened the new state-of-the-art, soon-to-be LEED certified Blandford School, first of its kind, building that was built basically with private funds. Special thanks goes to Mr. Pete Wegge and the Wegge Foundation for their lead gift for Blandford and all that they've done for the IB program. Drive Down Division. We broke ground and is going to open. The first and only public school built using exclusively, with private donations, the Grand Rapids University Preparatory Academy. Amazing. For that one, we want to have a special thanks to Mr. Brian Cloyd. I'm not sure if Brian's in the room. I can't see very far up here, you guys. The chair of the UPrep board, all of the UPrep board members, Mr. Steve Van Andel, John Kennedy, Steelcase, and all the other generous donors who made this project a reality. The students would say the most important thing I did this year was I gave them a snow day. I closed schools. We don't do that very much, but you know what? We closed school one day. So students, that one's for you. The Grand Rapids Montessori posted the largest increase in graduation rates in Kent County, jumping from 72% to 83%. Union High volleyball team received 2012 Academic All-Team by the Michigan Interscholastics Volleyball Coaches Association. 2 GRPS hockey players earned Academic All-State, All-Conference Honorable Mention, and the coach, Brian Belgraf, was named one of the 50 most influential people in Michigan hockey. Ottawa Hill swimmer Isaac LeGrand made Academic All-American, and Robert Paul broke a 31-year school record in the 50 free and placed 14 in the state of Michigan. Central High alumni and Ottawa Hills coach Shatoya, not sure if Shatoya is here, Shatoya likely, is being inducted into the St. Louis University Sports Hall of Fame. The Grand Rapids Public Schools, we had our turkey trot. We moved it to downtown. Biggest turnout ever. I came in last. Well, I really didn't come in last. I beat a 6-year-old, you guys. I took so long, Dr. Baker thought I went home. True story. Next year, I'm going to do better. But a special thanks to the City of Grand Rapids, the Parks and Recs Department, GRPD, and Van Andel Arena for that. This fall, GRPS started our elementary soccer program with 15 schools and 420 students. Elementary cross-country increased participation from 8 schools, 155 participants, to 16 schools, 617 students participating, increased by 500 students. All of this was made possible by our Student Advancement Foundation and its generous donors. Please join me in thanking Mrs. Susan Hartwell. She is the Student Advancement Foundation Director, and all of the donors. I sit on the board with them, and they really are there for these children. Again, this is awesome. A lot has happened in a year. On top of this small little thing we call a transformation plan. We'll talk about that later. But right now, I want to invite Mrs. Susan Hartwell to say a few words about SAF.
Thank you, Superintendent Neal, and good morning, friends. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Grand Rapids Student Advancement Foundation, the SAF, we are really grateful for having just a couple minutes to share with you about our partnership with GRPS. And I'd like to acknowledge that I have 4 board members here this morning, too. Our President, Lynn Affendulis, Vice President, Amy Turner-Tolley, Treasurer Carla Grant, and Board Member Lupe Ramos Montigny. And we're so grateful for their presence too and their support. Thank you. Well, it's really an honor to walk alongside of the district in support of the youth. And that's really our role, making sure that the youth have the educational tools and enrichment experiences they need to be successful. And it's our role to raise funds from our community, our West Michigan community, and invest them in projects and programs that the district identifies along with us to enhance the student learning. And currently, we're funding programs and projects in the areas of literacy, making sure our libraries are well-stocked and maintained, in the arts, not only funding art supplies and music supplies, including musical instruments, but working with our community partners, ensuring that our youth from grades 1 through 7 have a curriculum-linked enrichment experience in our community-based arts organizations. In math and science, making sure that all of our high schoolers have use of graphing calculators and peripherals, which was a new word to me, but helps them with the science component as well. And I'm just hoping and assuming and claiming that that makes some difference in the increase in the ACT scores that we just heard announced, because now our youth have the same tools that they need to be successful as any other youth in our community. So pleased about that. Another area is environmental education, and we're so pleased to ensure that our youth in grades 3, 6, 9 have an outdoor education experience, again, that fits with the curriculum at Blandford Nature Center. So we're very pleased to fund that program. And then, as Superintendent Neal mentioned, our final area is physical wellness, and our new initiative is elementary after-school sports that has just exceeded our expectations in so many regards. Not only that it gets kids active, but the engagement of parents. Another one of the statistics that we recently learned was that at these events, yet this fall, the cross-country, soccer, and basketball in the winter, there have been 3,800 and some parents and family members coming to be engaged with their youth in this program. So we're very pleased. So I just want to mention that we're in a linking role. We're here to link the resources of our community with the needs of the youth. That's the only reason we exist. And it is truly, truly an honor to walk alongside of the district, to help our youth become all that they can be, and by helping to take away some of the barriers to their success. And it's thanks to the community, to our donors, to all of you, to the rest of the partners, that we're really having this impact. And we're so grateful to be walking alongside of you and to be cheerleaders for the youth in GRPS. I thank you very much.
What Susan did not say is the Student Advancement Foundation is strictly, exclusively for GRPS students. All of the work they do is just for GRPS. That speaks volumes. From the art supplies, music equipment, calculators, the libraries, our 369, we just really appreciate what you guys are doing for our students. Susan also did not tell you she's leaving us. In June of this year, Susan is going to walk away from the Student Advancement Foundation. Susan, we love you. We are going to miss you. We'll still call you. We have the mayor. We know how to get in touch with you. You know, it's something about being connected to GRPS. You're always connected, so we'll find you. But I do thank you for all of your work. Student Advancement not only raises dollars for GRPS, but they connect us to partners in this community. And that is extremely important as well. It gives our children, our families, as well as community members a chance to know each other. One such partnership is between the GRPS and Michigan State University, the MSU Alumni Club of West Michigan. They're doing a lot for our students, and we have right in our own community. We want to thank our Grand Rapids MSU alums and cheerleaders, Ambassador Peter Secchia, Mrs. Jones Secchia, and the MSU Alumni Club of West Michigan. Hundreds of students from MLK, Sibley, Burton, Chavez, even I got a chance to attend. They travel to Michigan State University to tailgate parties, football games. They get a chance to meet people that they otherwise wouldn't get a chance to meet. Tom Izzo, Sparty. So we thank the Secchias for their support, for Michigan State University for their support. There's one other new relationship that we were able to make with the help of the Secchias, Susan Hartwell, as well as Lynn Affendulis. Lynn, I can't see you, but I'm sure you're out here somewhere. And that is the connection between Michigan State University, their College of Education, and Grand Rapids Public Schools. That's new. Just recently. That's awesome. From that relationship, one thing led to another, and I am pleased to announce that we are going to receive a $16,000 donation for GRPS high school students to take part in a summer program at MSU. Thank you. Thank you for all that you are doing to the SECIAS, MSU, and the Alumni Club. We do appreciate it. Susan, you didn't talk about Mindshare. Make a note on your calendars. Mindshare is a huge fundraising event to help the students in Grand Rapids. That's April 23rd, and you can purchase your tickets, and someone, I'm sure we can put the website up here if you want to, or call GRPS, you guys. Now, speaking of fundraisers, I have another new initiative that we started here in this community with the help of Diana Seeger and the Grand Rapids Community Foundation. This is a quiet secret right now, but I tell you, it is a game changer. It is a game changer for children. I'm going to ask Diana to come up and join me and share about the new initiative.
Thank you, Superintendent Neal. I want to acknowledge also that a board member of the Grand Rapids Community Foundation is in the audience today, and that's Wayman Britt, who is the vice chair of our board and is an executive with the County of Kent. And also our two very important people to Challenge Scholars, the co-directors of Challenge Scholars on our staff, Gina Beauvais and Chris Cutzley. So I'm just really proud that all of them are here today. The Grand Rapids Community Foundation has been active in funding and working with education for more than 90 years. I'm not 90 years old. I sometimes feel like it, though. And we have been deeply involved in scholarships since the 1940s. We really decided to partner with GRPS and specifically with Mary Jo Coleman and Theresa Neal, who worked alongside of Ruth Bishop and Chris Cutzley on my staff for years in the development of this program. So I want no modesty on that one, Superintendent, because you were a prime mover in this. We decided to partner with GRPS in a new and innovative program called Challenge Scholars. The program is focused at this point on the west side of Grand Rapids and Harrison Park School. Hello, Mike Nasser, principal, I saw you. It's a K-8 school and a fabulous school. Westwood Middle School and Union High School. Through our educational program, we want to help kids pursue education after high school. And we want them to successfully graduate high school. We feel this is extremely important because, frankly, all of us are responsible for this. Because if a child fails, our community fails. We need to provide hope. You sound like Ruth Jones without the orating skills that you have. Challenge Scholars is unique in that it provides students the support they need to be socially and academically prepared for college starting early. Challenge Scholars provides academic support, including coaching and teacher development, health and human services in the schools so kids are healthy and miss less school going for appointments through the fabulous Kent School Services Network, which is now throughout the county. Opportunities to extend learning after school and in the summer months. And finally, Challenge Scholars removes a mental barrier for families and students who aspire to go to college but don't believe they can afford it by guaranteeing scholarships for those who graduate on time and prepared. The first group eligible to receive scholarship funding will be the class of 2020. Understanding that a traditional four-year university experience is not the right fit for all students, scholarship dollars may also be used for obtaining a high-quality credential. Through Challenge Scholars, students right now at Harrison Park are benefiting from the addition of math and literacy coaches and a college pathway coordinator, Gwen Heatley, who is just fabulous. They will also have access to after-school and summertime activities to extend learning. The Community Foundation is providing grant dollars to support these activities. Support services are being customized to meet the needs of students at Westwood Middle and Union High School. While Challenge Scholars is good for students and families, it's also imperative and good for our community. We know that students with a college degree increase their earning potential by $1 million over their lifetime. Challenge Scholars represents a significant investment on behalf of the Community Foundation, but this ain't a solo job. We are confident that this program will succeed because it's built on a strong partnership between the Community Foundation, the Grand Rapids Public Schools, students, and their families. Hope is needed, and we are trying to provide that hope. So, thank you again, Superintendent Neal. I can't say that.
Teresa. I'm Teresa. Thank you, Diana, and thank you to the staff of the Grand Rapids Community Foundation, the board, and all of the donors. The Grand Rapids Community Foundation, in another initiative, started about 10 years ago or longer, and that is our Kent School Services Network, but there are several partners at the table. It is the Community Foundation, the DeVos Foundation, Steelcase Foundation, the Kent ISD, Kent County, DHS, Network 180, and there are many other players at the table, other superintendents, and we are bringing community schools to Grand Rapids and other districts under the umbrella of Kent School Services Network. This is the model that you may have heard Governor Snyder talk about, and he called it the Pathways to Potential. It started right here in Grand Rapids, in the Grand Rapids Public Schools. Congratulations to all of those partners. We met for years. I won't even say hours, it felt like months sometimes. But we have Carol Payne McGovern who joined our team, and what an addition. And so we have been able to take that KSSN to another level, so we have just been very fortunate. There's two other major initiatives that's happening right now in the city of Grand Rapids, and this one is a new one. And before I actually asked to partner with them, I was touting how good it was, and lo and behold, they wanted to work with us, and that is the Seeds of Promise. This initiative targeted in the Dickinson neighborhood, being funded by the W.K. Kellogg Foundation in the tune of $300,000. It is to teach community members a governance program so that they can determine what's best for them. This partnership comes at a time when we as a district are reinvesting and expanding Dickinson Elementary to a pre-K through 8. It will also be a KSSN site. I don't have the money yet, but I'm going to find it. It will be a KSSN site, so I'm claiming that. We are going to have a new theme, and parents, students, community members will decide the name of their school in their neighborhood. I want to thank Eric Foster. I'm not real sure if he's in here or not, but Eric Foster, the host neighbors, and the entire Seeds of Promise, their board, for their vision and their engagement and connecting with our families. 2,000 families in that neighborhood. Awesome. The second major initiative that we were a part of right from the very start is Believe to Become. Believe to Become, or B2B, as we all know it now, targets 12,000 young people in 4 neighborhood zones. And they have one goal: close the achievement gap by 2025. B2B is a collaborative of partnerships of hundreds of organizations and individuals, and they all believe in the potential of the children in this Grand Rapids area. They expect them to succeed, and will do everything to help them. And with me here on stage is Miss DeAndre Henderson. She's a GRPS parent, not of one. She has 3 children. Kindergarten at campus, a 6th grader at C.A. Frost. She has a 16 at City High that's getting ready to graduate. Awesome. That child is going to graduate early. She is also the PTCC coordinator for campus. She's our pal. You know, we like to use the same person for everything once we find you. She's all of those things for the B2B program. And I'm going to ask DeAndre to come up and share with you.
Thank you, Superintendent. All right, great. Thank you. Good morning. Oh, hi, John. It gives me great pleasure to briefly talk about the B2B Link organization. Because of this organization, I am part of several different organizations within one organization. And it is PALS and the PTCC. PALS mean Parent Action Leadership. We meet once a month with parents and talk about ways to get them engaged and involved in their students' education at Campus Elementary School. The PTCC is Parent Teacher Community Council. It's a team of myself, parents, another parent, teachers, and a community member from Link. And together we talk about ways to get parents also engaged, but also the best avenue and resources for our kids at Campus Elementary School. Had I not gone to that first meeting at Gerald R. Ford Middle School, I would have never been linked up with an amazing group of people that I consider family. The saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. I am so glad my children are part of this village. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. This one, I'm probably going to get a no-no, but I want to publicly thank and recognize Doug and Maria DeVos. The DeVos Foundation, Doug and Maria DeVos Foundation, their staff, Jenny Vanderhart, Jason Zylstra, Edwin Hernandez, and Reverend Shanae Edmund Verley for not only their generosity, but their support. That's a group of people that I have been able to call on for the past 10 or so years. I've actually worked with Doug and Maria for 15, 20 years. They help us with research, anything you want to know. They're willing to allow their staff to just go and search for it. It's great to have partners like that. So please join me in thanking them. They don't like public recognition, but I tell you, they are great partners, and so I want to thank them. W.K. Kellogg Foundation is a huge contributor for B2B and those 12,000 students. Nadia Brigham and Andrew Browler, I'm not sure if you're here or not, but those are other people that we use for research and support. Those are just some of the examples of the partnerships that we have. I could go on for 2 hours, I won't. But I could go on for 2 hours thanking people, but there are some people that I want to just say thank you to. Our students, parents, PALS, PTC, PTA members, volunteers, United Way, the City of Grand Rapids, our wonderful Mayor, George Hartwell, our city commissioners, our community's children. We have our mayor from Kentwood here. We spend time together. Chief Belk, the Grand Rapids Police Department, Fire Chief Laura Knapp, Grand Valley State University President Haas, Kent County, Wayman Brett, Daryl DeLabio, Matt Van Rankin, Chairman Dan Korndike, and all of the other commissioners. But we have other partners that work with us in our schools at the COIs, our Center of Innovations. Spectrum Health, huge. Life, EMS, Rockford Construction, Triangle, Chrisman, MSU GVS. We also have our Ferris State University partners. We are going to look at a new pharmaceutical program as well as a partnership to help parapros get to the next level, those that are interested to become teachers. Ferris State University, thank you. Davenport University, Michigan Tech, Steelcase, Amway, there's so many others. Amway is celebrating their 1 by 1 campaign for children, 10 years helping 1 million children. That's great. They've also helped us for years with job shadowing. So there's so many things going on. I want to thank Kevin Konarska, Kevin and the ISD, and the other 19 superintendents that I work closely with. They are always here. They allow us to push questions. They help us work through our issues. Not only that, but there are the Christian schools and the Catholic schools. We work closely together. First Step, the Hispanic Center of West Michigan, the Rapid, the Grand Rapids Urban League, Black Chamber, Chamber of Commerce, NAACP, ACLU. I work with 2 groups the Hispanic, Latino leaders in this community. They volunteer to meet with me once a month. The African American leaders, they meet with me once a month to help talk about the issues, remove barriers for children. Any of the members from the teams that I meet with, please stand if you are here. And I apologize because I can't see you because of the lights. But any of the members that I meet with to help guide me, just stand up just to be recognized for a minute. Good deal. Good deal. You know, anyone that knows me know that I don't believe in getting in a room and making a decision. You need to go to the community. And so I appreciate people for allowing me to do that. The IDMA, Hispanic Pastors, the Micah Center, Kendall College, the neighborhood associations. If you really want to change a school, kids go to neighborhoods, right? They go back. So I want to thank East Hills, Heritage Hills, Sika, Baxter, Midtown, Garfield, West Grand, Belknap. All of these people, you guys, they call, they come, they not only bring problems, they bring solutions. We get a chance to share. It's really important. Our West Michigan State lawmakers, special thanks. Senator Hildebrand, thank you. You know it's good when you have the cell phone number of the senator, right? I have his cell phone number. That speaks volumes. I don't abuse it, but that I can get in touch with you about our children is great. Representative Brandon Dillon and Representative Lisa Lyons, I want to thank them for their support for Grand Rapids Public School children, not just this area, but specifically for our children. First United Methodist Church, the Keller Foundation, Sebastian Foundation, and by the way, the First United Methodist Church, for those families that live in the neighborhood of MLK, they are embarking on a new initiative to build a fitness track around the school. Community does change. And the list goes on. You know, I probably shouldn't say it, but we are truly blessed. Somebody will probably write that, and I shouldn't have said that, but we are blessed to have such a generous community. Public and private supporters not only giving dollars, it's your time, your talent, and your resources. It's coming together to help solve the issue around education. We all know it is not a secret. There's only one way out, and that's education. We have been given this time, space, and opportunity to do the right thing. You know, when I took this position a year ago, I knew what I had to do. Closing schools is really painful. Change is painful. Last fall, I unveiled the Transformation Plan 1.0. And it was designed based on thousands of people giving me their input. But at the end of the day, the plan was based on three things. How do we achieve the highest academic potential with equal access to high-quality education, so all children have the best principal, the best teachers, and the best support system. The second is how do we invest and reinvest and expand what works? And the third thing was how do we offer a diverse portfolio, again, equal choices that are academically and financially sustainable. That was the whole goal. I knew it was going to be painful. So I listened, came up with 2.0. I listened even some more. We finally came up with 3.0, and on December 19th, the board voted unanimously to support the plan. That's great. We are in the go mode now. We're going to make this happen in the district. All hands on deck. This is a bold, comprehensive, and innovative plan that will change the lives of children. We are going to do it. So the state of our schools, it really comes down to we are bright. The future of GRPS is going to start right now today. We've looked all over. We've talked to everyone. Now we're going to just focus on the work. The first thing we need to do is get talented people in the district. We have great folks. We are going to focus, though, on strengthening our talent and recruitment plan. We have great people. It's a great place to be. but we are going to search for staff members to join this team. It is no coincidence that we have our Bobby Jo, Michigan Teacher of the Year. She's not here. She's off selling Grand Rapids Public Schools. But I do have a short video that I want you to watch from Bobby Jo, because that really is what education is about.
Good morning. I was excited when Superintendent Neal invited me to speak to you today. When I was announced as Michigan Teacher of the Year, I didn't think of it as an acknowledgement for just me, but as a recognition for all of us at GRPS. Let the community know we have great teachers here. We make important positive connections with our students every day, spend countless hours planning quality lessons, and continuously improve upon our practice. Led by our principal's leadership and vision, combined with our support staff, we are able to help our students succeed. It's an honor to be among such hardworking and compassionate educators. This year, I've visited many other schools and districts, and I can tell you that we should be proud. Our district is moving in positive directions, and after speaking with other state teachers of the year, I came to realize how much we are on the forefront of innovation, instructional best practices, and technology integration. None of this would be possible without the relentless dedication of each and every one of you. Our passion shows because we believe in our students. We believe our children deserve a high-quality education as much as any other child in our city or state. It isn't always easy, but we're not here for easy. We are here because this is where we know we are most needed and can make a difference, and every day we do. We have remarkable talent here, and I'm so proud to be among you and represent GRPS educators. May we move forward with renewed hope and energy for the future of our schools and district. Thank you.
You know, we want to work on this recruitment strategy. We have a new person that just recently joined our team, Sharon Pitts. And Sharon comes to us from Atlanta, Georgia. She is the new Executive Director of Human Resources and Labor Relations. And Sharon is going to work with us so that we can really think out of the box, and we're going to go and recruit other staff members from other cities, other states. Grand Rapids is a place to be. We want to bring the best and the brightest right here to join us in our wonderful city, so you will hear more about that. We're going to work with some of our partners to see how they've done it, right? And so we see what we can learn. We're going to work with the Right Place, Experience, Grand Rapids, the Chamber, and so forth, to really find out what is it going to take to bring people here to Grand Rapids. The board is committed to bringing in the best talent. We know we have to work on pay. We're doing that. The board is totally committed. The other piece that came out of my listening tours was really around culture. We said fair, firm, and consistent. We have worked very hard to do that. We will continue to do that. It's painful. And remember, a year ago I said it's going to be painful. But we are doing that. The other thing that really jumped out at us was customer service. We had a group of secretaries that came together to create the Secretaries Roundtable, and these young men and women put together a great plan. You'll see, if you go in our buildings, you'll see what they did. I'm not sure if any of them are in the audience, but I want to say thank you to those people that put together the plan. We're going to push that throughout the entire district. The next part that I just want to talk to you briefly about is the fair, firm, and consistent. You know, we were cited, and you'll see it probably in the newspaper coming up, that we have suspended so many special education students, African American students, that we need to make some changes. And we know that. We're ready. We have a new program that we are going to roll out, restorative justice. We are working with the ACLU and some of the people in our community, the Michigan Department of Education. We are going to roll this program out so that we can teach children using strategies how to make the victim whole. So you'll hear more about that. That's a great program. You know, Lansing Public Schools, they're using the program, and it did reduce their suspensions. Sometimes we have to model the behavior that we want to see. So we're going to equip students so that they have the skill sets that they need working with the district, Lansing Public Schools. The other thing is the uniforms. We're rolling those out. You can get the website. Go on GRPS. You can learn more about the uniforms. I want to take just a little bit of time, though, to talk about the new GRPS. And that is one that will include technology and some of our new schools. One of the schools that we're going to have is modeled after the old Southeast Academic Center. It is the new Grand Rapids G.R. Ford Academic Center. And we have a couple of consultants that have agreed to work with us. Ruth Jones is one, Etna States Webley is the other, and the principal will be Jerry McComb. He's agreed to accept this position. Really excited, and so I'm going to ask Ruth to come up and share.
Good morning. Wake up, everybody. It is just an honor and a joy to be here. And about a week ago, when my dear friend Theresa Neal called me and asked me, would I come, I just was like, well, of course I will come. Because I was raised in Grand Rapids Public Schools also. I've been in Grand Rapids Public Schools since I was about 5. So that makes us pretty much equal. And have spent some of the most wonderful years of my life as a person who is employed by Grand Rapids Public Schools. I also spent my elementary years at Henry and Madison Parker School, and then I am an honorable graduate of South High School, one of the best high schools in Grand Rapids. Hey, hey, hey. I hear some of my buddies out there, South High graduates. So it is indeed an honor to be here this morning. One scripture, and I'm going to go there because I can't help it, that you hear me say all the time is, God will not be mocked. What a man sows, that shall he also reap. And for many years, I think it wasn't intentionally, but we hadn't sown much into the lives of the children in Grand Rapids Public Schools. It kind of got left by the wayside. And I'm so excited this morning because and along the way, I saw us attempting to do the right things, but I think the key is what Superintendent Neal said when she said, her grandbaby is at Coit, and she wants everything she wants for him for all the children in Grand Rapids Public Schools. That's it right there in a nutshell. And if we do that, we will sow the same things we sow into our own children. You cannot sow one thing on one group of children and get an awesome harvest, and then sow nothing on these other children, or very limitedly, and expect to get the same harvest. And when we look out in the streets right now, behold our harvest. And passively or intentionally, we all help to sow it. And I didn't make that up, by the way. I didn't make that scripture up, so don't mug the messenger. So now, what I'm so excited about today is we also understand that when you decide to sow anew, a different way, you will get a better harvest. And that's what I hear we're going to be doing, and that's exciting to me. I think that comes from not just strong leadership, but compassionate steward leadership of our superintendent. I am so honored to see the spirit change. It makes my heart feel glad. And I know as I talk to people in the stores, and people come up to me all the time, they feel hopeful. They feel that too. And that's exciting. Because I know God, when he gets in it, he will help us, because he loves these children more than we do. And he will smile on our work. And you can't beat that. 1987, an awesome leader named Edna States Webley. I was the treatment director at Jellum House Treatment Center. A lot of you don't know that I served in that capacity for 8.5 years. A 40-bed male treatment facility that actually works to help recover drug addicts and alcoholics, and I was a key player in that. I was real tough. They didn't like to have to come to my office. But let me back up a little bit and say, one of the things I learned working with that population is that if you have children who are broken and hurting, and nobody intervenes, you're going to end up with a lot of grown people that are broken and hurting, and we can stop a lot of that. We can stop a lot of that. Because we are the ones who know better. And while I was working there, one of the things I heard around those AA tables was this particular statement that comes out of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. We have tried every half measure, and half measures have availed us nothing. Now we stand at the turning point, and that's where we are. And it's an exciting place to be when you have awesome leadership and all the wonderful people I know that work in Grand Rapids Public Schools. And while I was working there, I got a phone call one day from Edna States Webley, who was the principal at the time at Southeast Academic Center. Now, I didn't really know that much about Southeast Academic Center, but now I really realize it was a divine direction in my life. And she took me out to lunch and told me about her school and asked me would I want this position because they were going to be starting a new 7th grade, and she wanted somebody who could help formulate that 7th and 8th grade program. And I was stunned, really, because I hadn't been in the classroom in a while, but I said yes. And I was so excited when I got to that school because Gail Battaglia, some of you know Miss Gail, and Leslie Meyer, who were the people who actually sit there and organize that whole program. Awesome people. I'm still in touch with them today. When I walked in there, the ground was fertile. They had set all the pieces and the things in place where you could plant anything. And that's really my first knowledge of Mrs. Weatherhall Neal, because I had her babies, her daughter, sitting right there this morning in my class. And I'd like to tell you that Theresa Neal was an awesome mother, too, always there about her children, and not just her own children, but the other children in that classroom, because that's what it's going to take. And I learned about the principles of Southeast. I couldn't even believe that we had a school. It was like, this is serious, because parents had to sign something that they were going to be involved, and they were going to come to PTA meetings, and I'm like, oh, you can do anything if you got that kind of support. I really wondered, was that going to be real? Oh, it was real. Trust me, it was real. And the parents became advocates of their children, and we could do anything then. And so now, to hear that we're going to have Gerald R. Ford Academic Center with those same principles, I know anything's possible. And then to know that my dear friend Jerry is going to be there. So this morning I say to you, we are embarking upon some awesome opportunities for our children, and I know we will be blessed. And let me read one little quick thing, because you know I could preach. Amen. This is a quote, actually, that is going to be in my book, but it's a strong one. And I always tell people you can grow anything in Grand Rapids because you have all these support systems, the Student Advancement Foundation. We are really blessed, like you said. We are blessed more than we realize. I think we almost take it for granted. But this quote says, Past the seeker as he prayed came the crippled and the beggar and the beaten. And seeing them, the Holy One went down into deep prayer and cried out, "Great God, how is it that a loving Creator can see such things and yet do nothing about them?" And out of the long silence, God said, "I did do something. I made you." Amen.
Thank you, Mrs. Jones. There are a couple of other great schools that I want you to know that we're going to open. Stocking is going to reopen as a neighborhood school. That's great. Thanks to John O'Connor and others for helping us with that project. We are also going to have Congress Elementary. That group is working very hard to make Congress a great school. They have partnered with the district, and we have not always been the best partner, but they've stayed with us. So they're going to have a great program there at Congress, and the Ford Museum is going to partner with the Ford Academic Center. So we're excited about that. The last one that I do want to talk about is what is going to happen at Ottawa Hills High School. And I'm going to close with our young friend here that I happened to meet, and his name is Kyron. And I'm actually going to let Kyron share with you what we are going to do at Ottawa Hills High School with the historically black colleges and universities. Kyron, come on.
Good morning. My name is Kyron Gorell, and it is my honor and privilege to be here today. Thank you, Superintendent Neal, not only for inviting me to speak here today, but more importantly, for all you and the Board of Education are doing to make Ottawa Hills and GRPS a stronger and better district. I also want to give my own personal shout out to Amway for all they do to support the School of Business, Leadership, and Entrepreneurship here at Ottawa Hills High School. This is my third year here at Ottawa Hills High School. And with the help of my principal, Mr. Lewis, the teachers and partners like Amway, not only am I ready to graduate and go on to college for business administration at Paul Quinn University, but I already have half of my college fees paid for, thanks to their new partnerships with historically black colleges and universities. How did this happen? Well, it's a great story that I enjoy sharing with people. Not long after Superintendent Neal announced the HBCU partnership, President Michael J. Cyril of Paul Quinn College came to visit Ottawa Hills. There was a small group meeting where he asked kids to come up and say their name, dream, and age. When it was my turn, he said, "By the way, you're being interviewed for a scholarship." He stepped out of the room for a moment and gave me a few minutes to prepare a small speech. After giving my speech, he decided to award me with the Paul Quinn Scholarship, which covers half of everything: room, board, and tuition. After sharing my dreams with him, he helped them come true. I am proud to be the first example of what the future of the new HBCU partnerships can mean for students here at Ottawa Hills High School. Thank you.
Okay, Kyron, I need help. You know, we only exist because of academics. Kyron, I need you to take this down because I can't get that high. It is the only reason we exist in the Grand Rapids Public Schools. It is about quality teaching and learning in every classroom for every child. And we've done quite a bit of work. That's good. Otherwise, I'll hold it because I'm just about ready to close in about 2 minutes. We have done so much to improve teaching and learning in Grand Rapids. I want you to know we are committed. We will continue. We have a new professional development plan that Mary Jo Coleman, I can't see you, Mary Jo, led the academic team. We have our principals getting trained. We are in every single classroom. Again, we will not allow a zip code to determine the outcome of the education of a child. We are about the business of educating children. And if that's not your mission, Grand Rapids is not for you. And I don't apologize for it. I've been very firm, very straightforward this last year. That's the only reason we exist. I want to thank you for sharing this with me today. I appreciate it. I don't believe that it is about me. Anyone that knows me, that's not my style. It really is about this community. I appreciate all that you do. Thank you for coming out this morning. Call us. We want to hear from you. Don't just call to complain, call to help, right? Focus on children. Thank you.